Hello everybody, Dr. Triviño here with ABC Vision. How many of you have watched the scope like this where they say hello, hey, how you doing? Let me tell you about some great business opportunities. How many of you have seen a show like this? And doesn't it irritate you? You can't see them, you can't hear them? So today I'm going to give you 10 tips on how to rise up and make your scopes pop. So I'm Dr. Wilson Triviño. A lot of people sit on their couch at home and stuff, and there's some people that say, well, you know, one of the great things about Periscope is that it's spontaneous. It's what you think in your pocket. But sometimes, if you want to raise it up to the next level, you got to invest. You know, you got to think this is a new opportunity for you, kind of like CNN. So today I'm going to give you 10 tips on how to change it from being like this to making it pop. So I'll give you also a little preview of what the Innovation Center here at ABC Vision stands for. So there's my light. There's one light that looks better. I'll introduce you to, that's Gordo. So I'm a speaker and a writer. I scope every day. I've done about 1,000 different live streamings. I'm also a Meerkat. And I see so many great scopes of great ideas that people do, but they could just tweak it a little bit and make it. Here's my desk where I work at. I have a old school record player in here. But that's just to give you some example of some background noise that you always have to be aware of. I have idea, my couch, my office, my typewriter, and then give you kind of a little setup of what I have. What I've done is in my office, there's my desk where I work out, and I've created kind of like a little mini studio there in the corner where I can share things. Before I start though, I want everybody to look at the title of this and follow my friend Ryan, because a lot of these products that I have found out about lights and sound and everything, Ryan has recommended. He's a tech guy. He's from San Diego, California. He also is into social media. He does social media marketing. So not only does he combine social media stuff, but he also is able to give you tips and ideas on using different products. If you're new to Periscope, you tap on the screen and you give me feedback. First thing you got to do before you start scoping is you got to do it. But after that, what you need to do is you need to sit down and think about what is it you're going to say. I've seen so many people go on a scope and they just freeze up. They look like a deer on the headlights and they don't know what to say. So they hold the phone, they talk, they start jibber jabbering, and you have to be conscious of people's times. I mean, people are busy. They're at work. They spend time with families. They come into your scope because all of a sudden they got your attention through your title. They got attention because it seemed kind of interesting. They got attention because they have liked your scopes before. So what I like to do is I create a little outline of what I'm going to say, and also have a notebook that I dedicate to my. So I already have several books filled full of interesting things that I can scope about. Don't be afraid also to revisit topics you've done in the past. Maybe one day, if you want to scope every day, and this is for the folks that want to scope every day, you may have drawn a blank. Well, you can go back and rebroadcast something in the past, take some ideas and rework it and do some tips. I have found out if you have tips, if you have points, it makes it a lot easier for people to come up and to be able to help you. So I just kind of give you a neat idea, you know, how bad it looks. You know, people are talking, people are drinking Cokes, doing all types of things. But first of all, in the idea of Periscope is all of a sudden you have the power of CNN, of a TV studio in your pocket. You are able to think big, start small, and scale fast. So you have a great opportunity to make a difference in this world of things. But before this can really work out, people need to see you and they need to hear you. And I think it's so important. First of all, let's see me. And you know, you hold the phone. Sometimes you get tired. I can sit on, you know, I've seen a lot of people sit on the couch and they just look awkward like this. They'll put it in a cup. They look awkward. And you want to look the best you can. We have very sophisticated eyes, you know, growing up in a digital age where we watch television, we see movies, so we know what things kind of look good. So you want to look good. Like the old line Billy Crystal used to say, it's better to look good than to feel good. So the first thing, and follow my friend Ryan, he's in the title, is you want to stabilize your phone. So what I have a tripod, and they got a nice little adapter. If you go to Ryan's, he has a landing page that has all these different products on there. I put you into my tripod here, so I stabilize you. So all of a sudden that frees my hands up, and we just sit you nice and neat there. It frees my hands up, and I can, you know, start talking to you. I have a little podium here too that I talk kind of like a preacher, like a witness. You know, let me hear a witness. And the first thing we want to look at the sound. Oh, excuse me, the lights. So you can't really define the background. I kind of have a halo on me. You don't see me real clear. If you Google the 3-point light system or light system, it shows you how to have different setups for lights. What I have here, and let's take it, it's a box light system. There are 3 that comes in a package, kind of like you see in the movie theater. So when I turn, or in the movie sets, so I turn one up here, I turn one right there, and let me show you as I turn each one. So I put this back on here on the tripod, and so there's light. It lights that side. This overlight lights my head. It gives me kind of a backlight, and then I do the third light. So all of a sudden I can play with it, and here I am. I come across, and then you just adjust it just to make sure how you come across on the set. So here, since I had usually what I do is before I come on, I'll adjust the lights to make sure that I look good, and this goes up and down, and you can just adjust it, so forth. You can move this one a little over so it's not in the screenshot, in the shot. So doesn't that look awesome? I mean, you really, I pop up, I come out of screen, you can see the background, you can see me more lively, and it just makes for a better picture. So you do that. So like I showed before, one thing that another little tip that I've done, which is kind of neat, that I think is helpful, is people we hear things, we see things, and then we see things. So what I've done, a quick little simple, I got this at an office supply store. It's just an eraser board, and I just write up the title. Someone can take a screenshot, or someone can read it later on in the replay, or someone in another country may slow it down and see what it says. And it basically says, "Step up your game, produce rocking scopes" by Dr. Wilson Triviño with ABC Vision. And I'm Dr. Wilson Triviño with ABC Vision. My name is A for your attitude, B for your belief, C your commitment, and vision of where you want to go. Because I believe that you have to share ideas on this new medium. Because all of a sudden you're able to create a community that people that agree with you, then you're able to engage with them. And then all of a sudden you can also be the go-to person. And that's what I think most people on this medium share. So let me move this a little back, like this. Now these lights do get a little hot. So what I have done is I've set up a nice little and this day I'm just kind of showing you behind me. So I have a little fan that I turn on. Now with the fan, it starts creating, and it has a little hum. So you have background noise. You always have to be aware of background noise, especially when you're out in the wild. So my friend Ryan, he recommended this Rode mic, which has been a godsend. This connection, I don't know all the technical aspects, but not every lavalier mic works on a cell phone or an iPhone. Because of the digital technology. So this one already have the technological advancements that you can plug it in and you can use it. So you see hey, D-League Inspires. So you see the little cord, and so all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to unfold it. It's called a Rode mic. Thanks for the hearts. If you're new to Periscope, you tap on the screen, you give hearts. That way I can get feedback, and also it gives me street credit for my fellow scopers. So this was a mic that was referred to me by my friend Ryan, so I uncord it, and then I plug it into the phone here. And this is just kind of giving you behind the scenes of what it takes. So there's my mic. So I'm putting you back in the tripod, and the tripod there, making you stand out. And they are. And like I said, the lights, you can play with them before you go on the air. Make sure that you pop. And we all have sophisticated eyes, because we watch hours and hours of television, we watch hours and hours of movies, so we know what kind of looks good, what doesn't look good, and you can move the lights around. If you Google, see how I changed the glare on my glasses. But see there how my face looks so much better. You have the background, you see my face. I don't look like I'm falling into a black hole. You see kind of the definitions of my shirts. It just gives you, and it raises your scope to the next level. Because people, in order to connect with you, they have to find you, they have to like you, and they got to buy you. Either buy the product you're selling, or your message you're selling, or who you are. A lot of people argue, and I've seen several people have scopes says, no, I just don't like using any of that stuff. I don't like using a mic. I don't like using a light. I think the best thing is to be organic. That's fine. That's fine, because the key is not necessarily the dynamics and stuff. I mean, you could look good, but if you don't have the content, it makes a difference. You need to have the context of the content that helps people. But also, we live in a visual society. we're only one broadcast. I always say we're only one broadcast from moving up, scaling up to really being big, to being the next Oprah, being the next go-to person, being the next Deepak Chopra, being somebody that you dream of. Not necessarily you copy, but you emulate. Where did you get Mike? Hey, Dealey, I got this on Amazon, and it's called Rode. You can Google it. It's different. B&H has it, different places. It's called Rode, R-O-D-E. And you can carry it with you. It's great. It's portable. Another little trick too, if you're out in the field and there's a lot of wind noise and stuff, you can always use their headset that you use to listen, that comes with the phone, and it has a little mic on it. Now the only thing is you look a little odd because you got the headset on. You're not listening to the headset, but you're talking on the mic. Because remember, the thing to good productions is you have to have good lights, you have to have good sound. Because if they can't see you and they can't hear you, then it's no good. Sometimes we take it for granted that people can hear us and see us because we're talking to ourselves. I'm a speaker and a writer, and I speak all over the country. And I always tell my fellow speakers, and I always tell anybody that's new to the business, never refuse a mic. Because even though you think you can project, you can't. The people in the back can't hear you. It does two things. One, a mic helps you amplify your voice. The second thing, too, it allows you to relieve some of the strain on your voice. Because here, when I don't have a mic, I'm trying to speak louder to compensate so you can hear me. This way, I can talk real softly. And really, like Deepak Chopra talks about the ever-present witness and awareness. And you can hear me right away. How many times should we broadcast a week? Well, it's up to you. I do recommend that you have at least one broadcast every day, every 24 hours. So if someone comes to your page, they at least see that you're active. Because people got to find you, they got to like you. So do something. Even if you don't feel like talking, do something silly. What I have found, some days I run behind and I just don't have time to broadcast. I'll scope music. I put a record on, I scope a little song, 15 minutes, say something, or show it, and that at least has something on the continuum. Fortunately for me, since I do a lot of different events, I don't have a problem with content because I scope about ideas, I scope about cool VIP events, and follow my friend Dealey Inspires. She's a great motivational speaker, has a great story, and has a great book that I highly recommend. So I highly recommend her. If you're also here on Periscope, tap on the screen, you give me hearts, you let me know that you're hearing me, and also it gives me a street credit. Per broadcast, you can give up to 500 scopes. Another little thing about the lights that I have had, this is called a light pad. Thanks for inside. Oh, thanks, baby. This is called light pad, and this is really great when you're in the field, when you're out there trying to do interviews, trying to work out, and the lights are off. Because remember, this replicates the sun, and the best place you can be is in the sun. But you want to be in a direction you don't have raccoon eyes. It all falls in place. You pop out, you look good. Because Billy Crystal says you better look good than feel good. This light pad is a great little product. It comes with a battery. It also has an extension so you can plug it into the wall. And what it does, it replicates the sun, and it's just a little light. So it's a little light, it doesn't get hot, and you can put that in front of your camera, and it gives you a little extra light when you're out in the field doing that. This I got at B&H Photos. It's called the Light Pod, and it just allows you to have some light. And there's all types of different light products, but it's very important that when you're producing, and this is for people who want to, like I said, go step up their game and really produce good quality productions in your scopes every day. Because remember, in scoping, the thing is we're sharing ideas, but we want to stand out. And a lot of people have really taken this to heart. And these products, yeah, they cost money, but it's an investment toward you. It's an investment so that you all of a sudden have a high quality product. Somebody comes and checks out your stuff and it's like, wow, they really pop. They know what they're doing. And it's amazing how a few tweaks, a few little stuff like that makes a difference. So if you just join me, I'm talking about stepping up your game and how to produce rocking scopes. Because remember, in this age of live streaming, you are CNN. You are the director, you are the producer, you are the talent like I am right now, you are the light guy, you are the sound guy. But it also gives you a lot of freedom because all of a sudden you can press a button, you have an idea, you have an aha moment, and you can think big, start small, and scale fast. And one of the beauty things, like I was saying in my outline. So we talked about, having an outline, about the tripod, about the lights, about the sound. Also, another thing that is be aware of your settings. Like I came on earlier, I had the radio in the background, the record going in the background. To me, that's background music, and I work with a lot of classical music. I like old school radios. I also collect typewriters. Typewriter there that I have a typewriter there. I have a typewriter there. This is an 1896 typewriter that I use. I also collect fountain pens, so I like kind of old school stuff. But be aware of your surroundings, of what people hear, and also about the clothes you wear. T-shirts. If they have ads and stuff, you don't want to be giving people free advertisement. Now this one has a signed Corvette, but I'm a Corvette lover, so I've gotten into now. I just wear kind of a plain T-shirt, a white T-shirt, something. And then if someone wants to sponsor me, of course I wear their product. If you want to sponsor me, if you want me to wear, put your logo or anything, like the last pack Mayweather fight, they put ads on their shorts. I'll be glad to do it. So why give people free advertisement? Because millions and millions of people could potentially see your broadcast. There are right now about 7 million people. Hey, Kyrgyzstan, welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. Millions of people can watch. 7 billion people are on Periscope. 300 million on Twitter. It's endless, the possibilities. And now it's on online for 24 hours. And if you repurpose this on YouTube or repurpose it on your Facebook, then all of a sudden the video turns on and continues. So be aware of your surrounding, what you wear. Also, the thing is, when you're talking, and a lot of people say, my friend Brian, social fan, says that he speaks fast and he tweets faster. That's fine if that's your style. And I'm not a fast talker, but be aware when you're talking to people, and as a speaker, you think faster than other people receive it. So when you want to make a point, don't be afraid to pause and to slow down. And I always recommend when you're talking, you slow down your pace and make your points, because you want people to have a takeaway. You want people to have something that they gravitate, they can use. My handle, ABC Vision, stands for A, your attitude, the way you see the world, your feelings; B, your beliefs, your core values, why you do the things you do; and C, your commitment. You stay the course, you have goals. And of course we need to have a vision. Where is it we want to go? We see a vision of the world. We see a vision of who we are. And I think that's ABC's. Number 8 is don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. I've seen some people pick their nose, touch their eyes. Just be aware of that. Start watching broadcasters on television, and they never touch their face, and they also, never drink or eat or do silly stuff like that. It makes you look, you just don't look good doing that. You're touching your nose, touching your face. I'm really a hot-natured person, so I have the little fan going, and it kind of keeps me cool. But just be aware of your mannerisms, of where your hands are. At least just little tips how to step up your game, how to really make your broadcast pop. So number 9, I talk about the fan. And then the last thing, number 10, is with all these things going on, have fun. And sometimes when I started my first broadcast, and most people too, you press the button, you look at you, and you freeze up. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got 50 people in the room, I got 30 people in the room, I got 100 people in the room. You're not talking to 100 people, 50 people. You're talking to one person. The one person that has their phone, has a smart device. It's digital eyeballs to digital eyeballs. And to make that easier, have a friendly face that's looking at you. What I do, and it's a technique that radio guys use, is they have a friendly photo. This is a friend of mine. She's a burlesque dancer, pretty girl. I put that right there when I'm scoping. So I'm imagining I'm talking to her, my friend. I'm talking to a friendly face. And that's really what it is. We're talking to friends, This community of live stream and social media is we're building a community. We're building people that connect with us, people that resonates. We're connecting with our peeps. Find our peoples. There's 7 billion people on the planet. You want to find people that resonate with you. And then when you build that community, you want to engage. You engage, you get feedback forth, and then you want to be the go-to person. The old way in the old cities, they had the elders, the people that had that knowledge and that wisdom. Because, what's the difference between being smart and being wise? Smart is having something to say. Wise is having something, smart is having something to say. Wise is knowing when not to say it. So you want to be wise, you want to be smart, but you want to have a good time. I mean, this live stream excites me because all of a sudden, if I were to do this, get 50 people in a room, and for those of you online on the web, I welcome you to my broadcast. I would have had to secure space way back in the day, put up flyers, send out emails, get responses, get dressed up, drive to the location, get people, make sure people show up, prepare my remarks, and then there we go. A lot of investment. Now, I couldn't do this 6 months ago. I press a button and boom, there I am. People from around the world. We have people from all over the world joining us, sharing these ideas, and making this possible, this moment. Because that's really what matters, is this moment. You know, right now you're the youngest you will ever be. So why not start, you know, creating and living your dreams and doing it. And there's so many people that have great ideas. All of you have great ideas and things and a voice that you can share with. And now with live streaming, you can do that. So these are a few things that I think are important for you to think about as you make and really take your Periscopes to the next level. So I want you to follow my friend Ryan. Just go to the right, you have the title, follow Ryan. Also follow me. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Meerkat, I'm here on Periscope, I'm on Twitter, I'm also on YouTube, I'm everywhere. YouTube, I'm on T4 Vista, T like Tom, 4 Vista. And on Vine, you name it, I'm on it. So 10 things, let's go over them. The first thing is you want to step up your game and produce rockin' scopes. And here's my high, old school, and it's just a little eraser board. You want to have a fun title. You want to create an outline. Because remember, what we're doing and what's so important is the context of the content. How can these things be applied to people's lives and they can take away? I'm a university professor. I was a university professor. And what other method can you have a chance to talk with a real PhD who you would spend thousands of dollars to take a class from, to be able to listen to and to learn from and to interact with? You know, where else could you do this? Where else? So take advantage of the resources that are on here. I do this because it's my way of giving back. Second thing, first create an outline. Second thing is a tripod. Have the tripod. Third thing is the lights. Have a light system. I recommend the 3-point light system. If you go to Ryan's, follow him on Twitter, follow him on Periscope. He has a landing page that has these products listed that you can find them. Fourth thing is the sound. I have a Rode mic, R-O-D-E, Rode mic, that you can change, you can talk to and sound good. Be aware of outside sound of your surroundings. Number 5, be aware of your surroundings, what you wear. Number 6, we went over the board that you have, that you're able to spell out what your topic is and any points you want to make. So have that board. Number 7, speak slowly. And also, if you listen to radio and you listen to TV shows, about every 10 minutes, and they call it kind of making pancakes, you know, repeat who you are. I'm Dr. Wilson Triviño, Atlanta, Georgia, with ABC Vision. Because people are coming in and out of the room, and they're like, you know, who is this? Who is it? Because more people don't know you than know you. And I was just seeing the scope a few minutes ago. Someone was, you know, talking. The whole scope didn't say who they were, where they were from. And I'm like, you know, where are you from, sister? And I was watching a replay, so I could not, you know, interact with her. So, you know, tell them who you are. You know, no such thing as strangers. It's just friends you haven't met yet. So Dr. Wilson Triviño with ABC Vision. Number 8, you know, don't touch your face. Don't pick your nose. You know, those nonverbal cues. Don't cross your arms. You know, be open. You know, be willing to share. Be willing to love. You know, that's really what it's about, is sharing love and sharing hope. Number 9, the fan. A big boy like me gets hot. And these lights get hot. So you have a little fan going on in the background. It keeps you cool. The last governor's race with Chris, that was a big, they had Fangate. Remember when they said he could, you know, they were arguing who he could not have a fan at the debate, and he took it anyway, and it was a whole controversy. So the fan helps you cool down. And number 10, and the most important, is to have fun. To have fun and to enjoy it. And this is a learning curve. If nothing else, what this does is it allows you to practice on your pitch, on your elevator speech, on your opportunity, on your dream. You know, all of us have dreams. Why not make that dream come alive? So all of a sudden you can share that idea, and you say it enough times, and it just kind of rolls off your tongue. Have you ever seen a comedian and you go to, is like, man, he's so funny? Have you ever seen a great speaker and he's like a great speaker? And then you hear him again another time and he tells the same jokes, and like, didn't you just say? It's because they work on the material, and they work on it so much that it just seems like it's second nature. I've seen all the great speakers of our time. I've seen, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Norman Vincent Peale, Robert Schuller, Stephen Covey, you name it, I've seen them. Tom Hopkins and Tom Peters. I've seen every president since Gerald Ford and met them with him. The one trick that they have, the speakers, is that they practice so much it sounds like second nature. Zig Ziglar really had one speech. He talked about goals and he talked about priming the pump for 30, 40 years of his career. You listen to his early tapes, you listen to him live in the latter part of his years. It was the same message over and over again. Find your message, find your voice, find what connects with people, and don't be afraid to share that. And this, what it allows you to do is like any muscle. Any muscle, if you want to build it, you got to work on it every day. You'll become a Hulk Hogan overnight. You got to work on it a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, and that way you get stronger and you get better. And this is a perfect way where you get instant feedback, and it forces you to do it. Forces you to do it, to speak, to communicate. This is like Toastmasters. I mean, this is what Toastmasters training is about. People get before an audience and they share. And all of a sudden, when they have the opportunity, they're not afraid. They realize that I'm prepared. Luck is when opportunity and preparation come together. That really is what luck is about. And that's what I really wanted to share today. Kind of up your periscopes. Hopefully this gave you some good tips. Follow me on ABC Vision. Your attitude, be your beliefs, see your commitment, and of course you need to have a vision where you want to go. Send me a tweet, send me an email, abcvision@hotmail. Reach out to me, let me know if I can help, if you got any good ideas, how we can work together, if you want to sponsor my show. And that's really what it's about, is building this community, because together we can have a dream, it's within us, but together we share that vision, that dream, we create reality, because we create the change we want. And that's the beautiful thing about this, is that all of a sudden we can connect with people around the world and realize that we're more alike than we are different. So use these tools. We're in the golden age of civilization, and make your periscopes rock. And like my friend Dr. Barber says, with D. Lee Inspires Knows, she says 3 things that are always important when she closes her remarks. She says, you know what? We thank you, we appreciate you, and we thank God for you. So anyway, follow me, and hopefully we'll be talking soon. Be fabulous.